Well, hello, boys and girls. It's 11:02 at night, July 3rd, 2020. I don't have anything patriotic on just yet. Except I got Phil Collins on, classic rock station, Spectrum cable. I need the music to keep my dog placid. Drugs don't help her out. So I have to do it the old fashioned way. What the hell? But there's nothing wrong with Phil Collins at night anyway, if they're still going to continue with the fireworks. I had some email concerns. A college professor, correction, a college president answering students' email letters from time to time. It gets to him. And he likes to keep in contact with the students, let them know what's going on. One particular student in general really laid on the president because the president was trying to relay his military history and experiences of what he's experienced in the military, hoping to sound a bit patriotic. And this one guy, I guess he never served because he laid into the president really damn thick, and the president laid back on him fat. So I had to send a letter of support to him. I'm hoping maybe the president will be able to see this one. And again, forgive the music because it is a screen because of the fireworks right now. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about concerning about the 4th of July. Let me get the glasses off. Well, a lot of people know me as a libtard or a libturd. They get pretty damn political over here at right on Roseman, and actually on Ian Roseman on Facebook. And I'm not the most popular guy in town. Not even in my own little neighborhood over here, not on my apartment complex right next to Edwards. We've been getting fireworks for about a month and a half. It's been driving me and the dogs crazy. However, I seem to be the only schmuck around here who keeps reporting the information. So the only thing I can say at this point over here is I'm going to still continue reporting if I can. But I know we're not going to get the response necessary, even though they keep saying we're going to get a task force over here. And they're celebrating because it's a habit and also it's a tradition, and they're bored as hell because of the COVID-19. But they've always done the things early anyway, but not this early when we're talking about COVID-19. If we didn't have the COVID-19 happening at this point over here, things would have been a hell of a lot different, a lot more quieter. But we've been having fireworks over the past 2 months, off and on. And I've reported them, and I talked to the fire department while I was seen, and I'm a marked man. That makes me a libturd in this place. I'm a libtard online social media because I speak my mind regarding certain issues. Some things I'll wade into, and other things I won't. Some of the things I haven't seen too much of. The town wants to say it is ultra patriotic. They support the Second Amendment like crazy. The First Amendment they're not too crazy about. Only if you're sharing the same damn opinion with them. So I don't. I share opposing viewpoints. I'm the minority among many a majority over here. But because I'm a liberal, and I'm considered retarded, I'm a libtard. I'm only this way because I was raised a liberal. I was raised to research. I was raised under news. I was raised under current events happening around me. I was raised to read books left and right. Well, a lot of fiction, a lot of science fiction, some non-fiction, history books, science books. Again, forgive the music. Music choice station on the Spectrum. But I was raised to have an opinion, to always fight for the First Amendment rights. Because there's nothing more important than the First Amendment rights. I know Second Amendment's nice, but the Second Amendment is if you're being threatened like crazy, and they want you to arm up with guns to protect yourselves. Okay, How do you protect yourself against a virus? Which particular weapon is going to protect you from a virus at this point over here? Or with another guy with an opposing viewpoint who's yelling and shouting at the top of his lungs that you're wrong? You're going to take a weapon and shoot him? Is that how it works? Claim self-defense because you're going to be following the Second Amendment rights? It's your right to arm and bear? And what you keep forgetting is that we have federal, state, and local laws against doing that. But people don't care. They also don't care about the collective good at this point for the country or for the people at this point over here, especially when they're following their own individual. And even when you call them on it, they still jump on your ass. What I've noticed in my own little town here in Rosemont is hardly anybody will be sticking up for me in the first place because I am a liberal. That's all right. I'm a guerrilla warfare fighter, what can I say? I'm a First Amendment writer. I support the freedom of speech, but the thing is, I understand a little bit more about the freedom of speech. You see, the freedom of speech for the First Amendment is you are protected against the government, against government reprisals against you for demonstrating against it if necessary. And you are protected under First Amendment rights if you are going against the government. However, private individual or corporations at this point over here, or even public gatherings, even social media's got their own limitations. They're a private entity, they are a corporation. You don't have any rights except what's granted to you. And under the illusion of. It doesn't protect, their First Amendment does not protect you under consequences. Except against the government, that's it. If you're going to be protesting against the government, you're on government property or public property, that's one thing. If you're on private property, you're open season. Even though you may be demonstrating against an elected official. There are certain rights and there are certain leeways that lawyers will go over which you're covered for and which you're not covered for. But what I'm saying is, whatever you say on social media will come back and bite you in the butt, one way or another. And that's why when I pick my fights, I pick them very carefully and I choose my wording. Because I know which will inflame and which one will entice and which one will draw support and which one will draw ire. And going to multiple history and political science classes gives me a little bit more deeper history and more respect for the country. Understanding the workings and the mechanisms of how it's supposed to be. And understanding this, history always revises itself one way or another. We're discovering this every time there's a new author coming out there with a book with a different viewpoint that we may not have considered. More darker past. As in my previous videos that I've done, I had to explore this with myself because I wasn't quite sure if I was ready for this information. I've sent for a book. It should be here past July 4th. I should be able to pick up and read. And for the entire month of July, I should be able to read this book and then be able to interpret it and say something about it. It's called Somerset. And it's written by a surgeon. I think. I got the surgeon's name written down here somewhere. Hang on. I'm just trying to get the information though. Helps when you have notepads around your place. No, it's Philip Goodrich, who wrote Somerset, concerning about Ben Franklin, the instigator of the Revolutionary War. That's a new one on me. Oh, always so nice to listen to The Who right now. Teenage Wasteland. Oh, that's right. That's just right. That explains the people around here. I have to say it. I have to joke about that one because sometimes I think they are wastelands. But then again, it's my own private joke right now. So let me get this one concluded because in the morning I'll be doing some more July 4th uh, observations at this point if I actually get any. And also if I happen to get any sleep because of the damn fireworks that's still going on right now. I'll be lucky if I get to bed around midnight. I'll be lucky if my dog settles down before 3 o'clock in the morning. By that time, I should have maybe about an hour and a half worth of sleep. So, I hope you guys have a safe and sane July 3rd, what's left of it.